All right. So somebody in chat gave me a timestamp and said this is where the material that seems like it's vague posting about me starts. Listen, guys, who here saw my video on Sean? Who here saw my video on Sean? I am, I have learned from my previous mistakes. I'm now capable of engaging in drama with other leftists without coming off like a fucking lunatic. You know? That's my pride. That's my pride. That's my privilege. So, okay. So I think the broader context of this video is Thought Slime said lunatic or like lunacy, and this is a 20-minute apology video for it. So I'm not going to harp on about this. I just want to say, if you think we're going to win a revolution when our leaders have to do 20-minute apologies for saying lunacy, I'm so sorry. He called a conspiracy theory lunacy? That's it? Okay, I just want to say, like, guys, listen, right now I may be here on YouTube, but down the road, like down a long, long road, okay, we might have to do some crazy shit to build a better society. And I'm just saying, we're gonna have to be tough. It's not just an apology? Okay, gotcha. Well, that was part of it. Yeah, Lumi, you can fight me. Take me on. All right.
As the problem with the world.
I'm here. I'm opening up. I'm in good faith. I just want to know what's up. Vosh, what's wrong with apologizing for words and talking about the whole thing? If you didn't get the point of what I was saying the first time I said it, you're probably not going to get it no matter how many times I say it. Okay, let's try.
What if I've done something or said something, or what if someone else has said I've done something or said something that means they don't want to hear from me? I feel a lot of the time like I'm walking on eggshells. And it's kind of ironic because the people who make me feel that way, constantly, are the ones who never shut up about the climate of fear and oppression that woke scolds like me breed. The one.
Wait. Thought Slime is saying that is it they or he? I know non-binary, but do they go by they or he? So wait, Thought Slime, he? Okay. He. So Thought Slime is making the argument that he feels like he's walking on eggshells, and it's because of people who complain about woke scolds?
Ones who want to be able to say awful shit without fear of criticism. The
who want to be able to say awful shit without fear of criticism. Okay, all right.
edgy class reductionists.
Okay, the edgy class reductionists. Okay.
The wannabe dirtbag leftists. The
wannabe dirtbag leftists. Okay.
ones who use slurs ironically.
The ones who use slurs ironically. Okay. Dude, you gotta watch the first bit to get context. I'm being good faith here. Who needs context when you're addressing an argument in good faith? Get out of here.
Because it'll help bring in people from the alt-right. Those people are the most sensitive, fragile, and belligerent critics on Earth. Anything which contravenes their worldview is subject to the most intense bile, worse than they can bother to muster for out-and-out neo-Nazis.
Now, I've got two minds on this one. So one of the mind is where I egotistically assume this is specifically about me, in which case this is obviously incorrect. Well, I do occasionally beef with the left, and it's true that I don't really like woke scolds, because I think they hurt the left. I'm pretty concrete in my belief that we should unite at Nazis. Yeah, I should talk Nazis more than, like, literally anyone else. But realistically, this probably isn't about me. And I do think there are some leftists who are, oh God, this is how I felt after my Twitter beef. There are a lot of, hey guys, you know how scratch a liberal and a fascist bleeds? You know that meme? Because liberals hate socialists more than they hate fascists. Sometimes I get the feeling that it's the same with leftists. Leftists hate liberals more than they hate fascists. I get that feeling sometimes when I see people on Twitter and they're like, I can't fucking wait for Trump to win so you stupid fucking little rad libs can see we're not taking a fucking Biden presidency. Quick, 20-minute adventure, Morty. Quick, in and out. 20 minutes of fascism. No big deal. 20-minute adventure, okay? No big deal. You know, like... I don't know. There are some lefties. I think they care more about sticking it to the DNC than they do preventing fascism. Maybe. I don't know.
I have felt so stifled by these people for a very long time now, and I didn't realize the toll it was taking on me, how alienating and isolating it was. I told myself it was because I was just afraid of conflict, and that's a convenient narrative for someone like me, because it lets me frame myself as the bad party. I'm just too much of a coward to speak up, I thought. I was afraid of reprisal. I was afraid of being ostracized. And that was part of it, for sure. But I realized there was a bit more to it than that. We on the left tend to place a premium on avoiding sectarianism or factionalism.
Do we? Do we? Is that true? I'd like it.
It makes sense why. Traditionally, this type of behavior has led to a lot of problems for organizers. It kept us from uniting on one unified front to achieve our shared ambitions.
Yeah, or like when the ML slaughtered all the anarchists in Spain. Yeah, no, yeah, leftism's got a long and storied history of unity.
But that unwillingness to be sectarian can be exploited as well. You know as well as I do that radical spaces attract tankies or nosbols or
Yeah. Okay, completely agree with this.
eco-fash and all sorts of other bad actors that try to weasel their way into our spaces.
Yeah?
Those are very overt examples of how our uneasiness with sectarianism can be exploited. Those guys are obviously, unambiguously harmful, and their inclusion in our movement is obviously incongruous with our values.
Yeah.
Most reasonable people can agree with that.
Yeah. This is a distinction I didn't do a very good job of explaining in the past. With like the woke scold question, you know, the WSQ, you know how it is? This is something that I've done a poor job explaining in the past, but I think now I can elucidate a little better. When I say, like, fuck woke scolds, they're hurting our movement, I'm not saying they aren't lefties or shouldn't be lefties or shouldn't be in our community. I'm just telling them to tone it down a notch. When I say, like, nosbols or tankies shouldn't be in our movement, I'm saying they shouldn't be in our fucking movement. I think that's a very important distinction, I think. If a person is like some fucking Picardo, what is it called? Pick crew avatar on Twitter, like, Vosh is gross, cishet, normative, fascist, transphobe, and like, okay, you know, like, whatever, you're a dumb fuck, but you're also like on the left. Like, okay, you know, stick around. Just stop fucking poking me, you know? Like, fuck off, but stick around. But I wouldn't extend that same generosity to like tankies, you know?
But it by no means has to be that extreme. You can use it to dodge responsibility for or criticism of your personal actions by positioning them as an attack on a faction or tendency, real or imagined. Likewise, you can attribute criticism to some other group acting needlessly sectarian. That shifts the discussion from talking about the thing you're being criticized for to talking about an us versus them team sport. Oh, no. The people who are criticizing me just hate anarchists. They just hate BreadTube. They just hate dirtbags. Look, pal, if you're a fan...
I have gotten that, though. I've gotten a lot of shit for being like a dirtbag leftist, you know? In like this really weird like factionalist way where like I get grouped in with people I disagree with. Like, what does dirtbag left mean? Does it mean like nosbols? Like, that's not dirt. When I think dirtbag left, I thought like the Chapo boys. I thought like, I'm a leftist, I'm rowdy, I'm gonna fucking bully people on Twitter and be aggressive and confrontational in discourse. But some people think dirtbag left means like, wouldn't it be funny if we said the N-word 76 times in a row in this blog post where I say that liberal identity politics hampers class movement? And that's a different thing.
Offended by me making a racist joke on stream, which I should point out I only did ironically, so there's not even a good reason to be mad, then you need to move past this woke scold versus dirtbag mentality. We can't fight each other.
I don't know. I just want to say that I do personally find it irritating that he's framing all of this in like a passive-aggressive, sarcastic, you know? You can make, there are ways to make racial jokes, ironically, that are actually anti-racist. There's a lot of nuance when it comes to the way in which humor affects, when it comes to the ways in which humor affects like discourse, you know? But I'm going to assume when he says this, he just means like a racist joke. Like I'm going to be charitable and assume that the thing he's calling out is as bad as what he describes it as. Can you define woke scold for me? Not woke scold like your head, like your bone, the skull. Woke scold like you're scolding somebody. It's a derogatory term for somebody who's very performatively like cancel-y, like they're very gatekeepy, like, oh, you consider yourself a part of the left, but you said lunatic, like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
That's just what Capital wants. Hey, when I said we need to cleanse the streets of degenerates, I thought that was an okay thing to say. If you expect me to apologize for doing something I didn't even know was wrong at the time, that's gatekeeping. And on some level,
well, to be fair, it is gatekeeping. I would just consider that to be legitimate gatekeeping. Like, if there is a leftist who does make a bunch of like really shitty like jokes like that, and I said, hey, fuck off, like I would be gatekeeping them, but I think like that's valid. Vosh, that's not about you. No, I don't think this is about me. I don't think any of this is about me. I'm just considering the arguments.
I think this rhetoric got to me. They bamboozled me. I certainly didn't want to be a gatekeeper. I didn't want to be sectarian. I didn't want to make people feel like they had to be perfect and know everything before they were allowed to just like be around.
I just want to say I do not buy this narrative that Thought Slime was too afraid of being called a woke scold to act like a woke scold. Because in my very limited experience interacting with Thought Slime, I was not under the impression that he was tremendously shy about hitting those points, you know? But maybe that's changed. Like, that was all like a year ago, dude. It's crazy. I'm pretty sure he's a fairly sensitive and fairly performatively sensitive person. So I don't know where he's coming from with this. I was too afraid to be a woke scold or something.
So a lot of times I stayed quiet when I shouldn't have. I stepped back when I saw people say or do things that I knew were wrong because I was afraid that if I spoke up, if I criticized them, I'd be contributing to a culture on the left of paranoia and uncharitability.
If he says that he's exercised restraint in this respect before, then okay.
Also, I kind of didn't want to let these people become the story. I didn't want to throw fuel on the fire of this narrative by inviting them to rebut me. I didn't want my life to become an endless cycle of back and forth drama where bad actors can use my criticism of them to present themselves as unfairly persecuted for not falling in lockstep with my values.
Well, that's just kind of the grift, though, right? I mean, that's how the internet... Everyone who's on YouTube is constantly looking for ways to maximize their wealth and engagement. It's our job, so people are always going to make mountains out of molehills when it comes to disagreements like this, especially if they're more concerned with, like, their, you know, personal actualization and rise to power than they are with... broader left unity. But I do think it's important to keep in mind the fact that sometimes those concerns are legitimate too. I can speak personally on this point and say I am definitely of the opinion that sometimes the left is a little bit overeager in trying to cancel people or like whatever, gatekeep people. I still see it all the time on Twitter and Chapo Trap House. God, there's 3 threads about me every day on Chapo Trap House now. Except they're calling me a radlib, not a fascist. I get called everything these days.
So I bit my tongue. Again and again and again. When these people trolled me, I ignored it. When they insulted me, I ignored it. When they went on unhinged rants where they claimed that I, personally, was what was wrong with the modern left.
Now here's the point where I feel like I might be personally being called out here. That's gotta be about me. Damn, unhinged? Isn't unhinged kind of ableist?
On unhinged rants.
Ooh, TS, I better see another apology video out of that one. Unhinged? I have autism and I'm bipolar, motherfucker. You have no idea if I was having a manic episode during that stream. Yikes. TS. Unhinged. Good faith, Vosh? Hey, I don't know. What do you want? Not a good look.
where they claimed that I personally was what was wrong with the modern left.
Also, to be fair, even at my worst fucking stream, I never said that Thought Slime himself was what was wrong with the modern left. Just like the broader, broader patterns of behavior that Thought Slime seemed to participate in. Oh, do we get another little drop? Interesting. I haven't actually dropped any frames. It looks like YouTube's been a little bit weird lately.
I ignored it. When they claimed I was
I ignored it? You'd already blocked me on Twitter by that point. Okay.
lying about being non-binary to gain some sort of cachet or clout, I ignored it.
Okay, well that can't be about me, because I'd never do that.
When they jokingly said that their lives would be a lot easier if there was a final solution for people like me.
Hey! Okay, I'm really sorry. This is such a bad faith criticism. Holy shit. So, guys, you know what this is in reference to? After I had a really fucking bad stream, I was real fucking angry that day, on Discord, I said, boy, my Twitter notifications feed would look a lot better if trans people didn't exist. And like talking to my trans mods, and then I said like the trans question, and they all laughingly told me to like cut it out. That's it. I mean, I guess people are going to interpret different levels of seriousness in there. I like how he put jokingly in quotation marks, the implication being he seems to think I legitimately have called for the genocide of transgender people so that my Twitter feed looked better. I mean, it was it was pretty obviously a joke. But I mean, saying that it's a joke doesn't free it of all, like, doesn't rid me of responsibility. But I think the framing here that Thought Slime is engaging in kind of sort of implies that he's trying to say I legitimately want to murder trans people, all trans people, which I think is pretty dishonest,
Jokingly said that their lives would be a lot easier if there was a final solution for people like me. I ignored it. When other people came to me asking,
it was a post on a it was a single post in a Discord where I was talking to my mods. Other people screenshot. What do you mean ignored it? I never even said your name in that Discord message. That's like saying like, in the streets of Nigeria when a soccer ball crashed through a window and the person inside yelled out nasty words at the kids outside, I ignored it. Like, what did that have to do with you?
asking how I felt about these people insulting me, I'd tell them, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to give them my attention. And that's why...
Oh wait, that was over the Meaty Paws tweet, not even the Thought Slime drama? Oh my god, you're right! It wasn't even about the Thought Slime drama. It was about the Meaty Paws tweet. It was just me making like a bad joke on Twitter. It literally had nothing to do with Thought Slime. I completely forgot. It had the Meaty Paws. God, you fucking normies. You don't even know the OG Vosh drama, honestly. It literally had nothing to do with Thought Slime. This was before Thought Slime blocked me. Like, I don't even know if I knew who Thought Slime was. A little weird to frame this as like something deliberately targeting, I don't know. But Thought Slime is trans and you talked about trans people, so that includes him. Yeah, but the framing here pretty clearly implies that this is something that happened to Thought Slime. It's not just about you, Vosh. I'm pretty sure this specific claim is about me. Yeah, I'm reasonably sure that's the case.
It made me so angry when I was used as a prop in this story.
What?
Because I thought I had been biting my tongue for the sake of unity, to avoid creating drama, and here they were using me to do it anyway. To drag me kicking and screaming into a discussion that I had avoided out of a misguided sense of solidarity. And
Okay. I don't know. I feel like some of the stuff... Context? Yes, I see the context. You guys know I'm reading chat, right? I get it. Holy shit. I think some of the stuff that referred to me specifically is framed a little dishonestly here, but assuming that the other stuff TS is referring to is legitimate. It seems like a fair frustration.
I just thought,
None of it refers to you specifically. Okay, maybe some of you guys are new and you don't know like how much my drama has affected my opportunities to socialize and to network. But when they say goes on an unhinged rant where someone claims that I am responsible for everything wrong with the left and says their lives would be easier if there was a genocide of all trans people, these are specific references to stuff that I have done. Those two things specifically, not everything here, but those two things specifically are unquestionably about me. So I respond to those things. I just don't like, I don't like vague posting either. Like I call content creators out, even if it hurts me, you know, because I prefer being honest. But yeah, okay, but go on.
fuck this.
Damn.
I don't need this. This isn't serving me. I was making myself miserable trying to accommodate a contingent of people whose only goal in this world seems to be to say shitty stuff so that people will complain about that shitty stuff so they can complain about other people complaining about them.
I just want to say specifically, at no point in my life have I ever said the things that I say for the deliberate purpose of baiting blowback from like sensitive lefties so that I could complain about those lefties. This is a little known secret, okay? I despise drama. I hate it. I'm getting vulnerable for you guys. You ready to listen to it? When I'm in a drama spat, when people on Twitter are getting real fucking mad at me, I wake up in like sweating. Like I wake up like paranoid. I instantly check my Twitter. I check it every 15 minutes. I hate drama. Twitter, I hate it. It makes me so upset. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I never seek it out. My channel is growing incredibly quickly. I make a fuck ton of money. I don't need to bait some like 200 like sad, upset people online to give my life meaning. I don't like it. I don't benefit from it. It's not something I do deliberately. Sometimes drama arises as an inevitable product of my beliefs, some of which are contentious and some of which aren't, but are just expressed contentiously. And when that drama arises, I engage with it because I don't like being thought of as a coward. But with that being said, I have never enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy the Thought Slime drama. I didn't enjoy the stream afterwards. I didn't enjoy the blowback from the stream. I didn't make money off that stream. I didn't get followers from that stream. I lost money and followers. Well, money wasn't deducted from my bank account, but I lost like future money with regards to a depression and growth. It didn't make me happy. I benefited not even slightly. The only reason the Thought Slime drama began at all was because somebody added me in a Thought Slime tweet asking how I felt about TS's opinion on gender abolitionism, which I thought was cringe. So I said, that's pretty dumb. And then Thought Slime blocked me. That's it. That was it. That was not me deliberately drama baiting. Someone asked me for my opinion, and I gave it. That's all I have.
And somehow they had me convinced that if I spoke up, if I said, hey, I don't think you should say shitty stuff, I think it is in fact bad to say shitty stuff, I would be the one being divisive.
TS, I've never like wanted to be mutually blocked. If you ever want to like talk or something, I've had people on who disagree with me, you know? Lumi is like the deific angel of sensitive leftism. And Lumi's fantastic. I love Lumi. Lumi's great. I had a pretty pleasant conversation with them, I think. If Thought Slime wants to talk with me or like criticize my behavior, I'm down for it anytime. I'm not going to accuse him of being like sectarian. I might accuse him of levying an unrealistic or counterproductive standard, which I think he probably holds, but I think that's a reasonable criticism, you know?
All of these angry babies who call me a liberal whenever I...
Do you actually think he would ever want to talk to you ever? No. I don't think he's ever going to want to talk to me.
Say that we should try to use inclusive language. All of the irritating 4chan dropouts who ooze their way into my mentions if I use the term white privilege in a video to say, LOL, imagine telling a homeless white guy that he is more privileged than Beyonce. This is what happens when you don't incorporate class into your analysis.
All right, well, this definitely isn't about me. But yeah, people who do this are really obnoxious.
All of the creeps who yell at me for being overweight because it means I won't be able to win fist fights in the revolution that they imagine.
Okay, that's also not about me. Pretty sure I'm fatter than TS. That's such a weird thing to criticize Thought Slime for. Oh shit, thank you. Check that out in a second.
I don't need these people. I have nothing to prove to them. And they're never going to be happy with me because
Also, fat people throw mean punches. Are you kidding me? If I was like going off the battle and I had to choose between some like skinny like H bomber guy type or like a bigger dude like me, like I don't know, like me personally, I feel like I'd say it. I would beat H bomber guy in a fight. I could beat H bomber guy in a fight. Yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, I don't care if that goes all the way up to him. I don't care. Yeah. I'll fly over to London. I don't care. I could do it.
I'm never going to acquiesce
I don't know if he lives in London. All of England is London.
to their demand that everyone treat them like unfairly maligned truth speakers being punished for having an open mind. And it's like being let out of a cage. I hadn't realized that I'd been gaslit into policing my behavior like this, under the auspices of preventing people from having to police their behavior.
You know what sucks? I recently used gaslit in a fairly apropos manner when describing the way in which I felt Sean on Twitter was trying to mislead people with regards to the messaging he was using concerning Bernie or Bust. And people in the YouTube comments were like, hey, as a victim of abuse, I don't appreciate you using the language that flippantly. So I said like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. And I feel like this is an even more flippant use of that language, possibly, or maybe equally flippant. So there better be people angry in the comment section here. You were the woke scold who said that? Lemon Mide, I got my fucking eyes on you.
From now on, I'm done trying to please these sensitive babies who think everyone that criticizes them is a sensitive baby. I'm done being firm but polite about far-right entryism into our spaces. I'm done giving a shit about the people who think I'm not radical enough for not performing like their version of a radical.
I think my personal issue here is that I am... It is without question the case that at least two of the behaviors that TS has described here refer to me specifically. The unhinged rant thing. How many lefty streamers are there? Like unhinged. How many lefty streamers are there who have impugned Thought Slime famously in the stream? Like, no, that's obviously me. And as for like the transgenocide thing, like I'm pretty sure that's also me. Whatever the case, I'm definitely being like vague tweeted here, but like I don't really appreciate being lumped in with the far right entryism or class reductionist shit. I don't appreciate that in the slightest. That I guess is kind of what bothers me. This is what I mean about like the super broad, like weird gesturing towards the dirtbag left, where like I'll own my mistakes, but I don't like being put in the same group as people who bristle at the words white privilege, or people who are unironic class reductionists, or people who are like Nazbols. Like, yeah, I'm aggressively anti-class reductionist. In fact, most Bernie or Busters are engaging in a type of class reductionism by putting this weird, like, political, party, you know, in and out fascism, 20 minutes, class accelerationism shit over the, like, valid needs of social minorities, you know, like the women who will lose the right to abortion, or the immigrants who are going to get their asses kicked out, the fucking kids who are going to be kept in border camps. Like, it's a form of class reductionism. It's actually really funny to me that I'm the one who gets called class reductionist when I'm the one who's actually like out here arguing for harm reduction and compassion to the people who will be hurt by the indifference of Bernie or Busters. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to segue or anything. Just like, it's really weird that I'm like, you should like I feel like this is like a role reversal here, right? Shouldn't people like Sean and like other like mainstream bread tubers be very like measured and like, hey, we have to care about these marginalized groups, and I should be the one who's like, fuck it, dude, the only chance forward to a revolution is through the eye of the storm. Like, it's you know, it's a little weird, a little strange. I don't know.
The people who think liberalism is anything in politics that they personally find embarrassing. Because that's all politics is to these chuds. An exercise in feeling cooler than their opponent. Let them. Go off. Have fun, kids.
That's how I feel about the Busters, too. They're all trying to be as cool as they can, you know, like, I don't believe in electoralism. I only engage in direct action. fucking swings the black cloak in front of their face. You know? All right. Okay.
If you think I apologized too easily for my shitty behavior, you're wrong. I didn't apologize quickly enough or often enough.
For using the term lunacy to describe a conspiracy theory. All right. Whatever you're here for.
But
when we vote for Biden, we're enabling the establishment. Oh yeah, wow, yeah. The two-party system has been rocked by the half of Americans who don't vote. Oh, you're joking? Okay, gotcha. Anyone who's unironically like, we challenge the establishment by not voting. Oh yeah, the establishment is quaking in its boots at lefties not voting. Oh yeah, they're gonna. Oh, any day now, it's all gonna come down.
I've been apologizing too easily for the shitty behavior of others, and for that, I am truly sorry.
Like, I was sorry, it's just a total tangent, but like the establishment, like the shady, like DNC, like the bankers that run our country or whatever, they're all in a room and they're like, how's the election coming? Like a dude runs in, like sweating, holding a bunch of manila envelopes. Sir, 150, maybe 160,000 left-leaning people aren't voting. People aren't going to believe in the system anymore. They scramble the jets. And then the revolution begins. Like, okay. All right, Thought Slime, good luck with fighting back against the Chuds or whatever. I don't know. Maybe don't lump me in with Nosballs. That'd be kind of nice. I'd really appreciate that. And if you ever want to talk, I'm down for it. Seriously, like no blood sports or nothing. I don't want to like I'm not trying to like get you or anything. Just like if you ever want to talk, maybe bury some old leads. That'd be fun, I think. Not that you... Would you benefit from that? I don't really think Thought Slime would benefit from that. Like, what material incentive? I'm not gonna pay him. I don't know. Well, Godspeed.